What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and today I am a curious little boy. This is an interesting piece. Today we are talking about the SOG Flare. With a blade of 3.5 inches, a handle length of 4.5, a width of 1.5, and a depth of about 1/2 inch. Blade with 8CR13 MOV steel, something SOG, to my understanding, rarely steps in, which is interesting. Excuse me. And handles of, what's the word? FRN, thank you. Reinforced nylon. Whatever the fiber! That's what that is. It's fiber reinforced nylon, and GRN is glass reinforced nylon. Today's been a good day. Okay, what is great? I'm going to make several comparisons in this video because it's probably the last time you'll ever see me talk about the SOG Flare. So let's get everything on the table and out of the way now. The SOG Flare, I see, in my opinion, in my perspective of viewing the world, I see it as the final family of this. There are design cues that go all the way through, specifically the blades, the pocket clips, the locks, the safeties. Maybe it is just a SOG thing that is present in all of their knives, but these are the only 4 assisted openings that I have, so it's all I really have to go on. So, all of these knives have the same style of lock, but the Flare does it best because that thumb stud sticks out the furthest. This is the SOG Flash 1, I believe, the Flash 2, in case you cared, the SOG Aegis, and the SOG Flashback. All of them have the same lock style, and the Flare does it best because you can grab it very easily with your thumb. The Flash, you kinda can, but you have to work for it a little bit more. The Aegis, there's just no point. You have to grab it with your thumbnail, which I don't have at the moment, so you have to grab it with your thumbnail and pull, and the Flashback I hate so much that I'm just going to throw that away now. So that is great, and points to the Flare for doing that right, because that has been my biggest gripe. Go back and... Video? We're good? Okay, it froze for a second, so I was confused. Go back and watch those videos, not the Flashback. I had unkind things to say. But the Flash and the Aegis videos, and one of the biggest things that I said about that was that the lock was a good idea, but just needed to be taller for it to work properly. And the Flare does that. Buddy, it does it in spades. I can grab it with any single part of my thumb that I want. It's ballin'. Unfortunately, the rest of this knife isn't. Garbage. Action. It's kind of a 2-stage click-clack, where you can hear the spring engage right. You can hear the spring engage, and then you can hear another click around there, and then it kind of snaps into place. It's so weak and pathetic. It feels like a puppy whining in the night. It makes me sad. That one was fine, but usually it's very inconsistent, the strength and snappiness with which it deploys, which is interesting. It's a spring. It should deploy the same way every time, but it doesn't. Sometimes it deploys fine. Sometimes it deploys crappy. It never fails to deploy. It just makes you feel that perhaps the designer had failed to deploy, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know what that means. The clip. I hate these pocket clips. I hate these pocket clips. SOG, stop making these pocket clips. SOG, please. SOG, buddy, please. Stop making these pocket clips. Your pants get up in there and it's hard, and SOG, please. It's deep carry, but the wrong way. This makes me sad. And also, it's broken. I'm not real sure when or how that happened, but that space was not there on the day that I bought it. And it's not for me angrily throwing it at pictures of people that I assume designed the pocket clip. It just happened. It separated, and I don't know, I think there's a screw loose. There's a screw loose for somebody, whoever designed that pocket clip. This is going to be a really petty episode. The name is garbage. What the heck does flare mean? This is kind of the same thing that I got on with the cricket outrage. Is the outrage or the outburst? I think it's the outrage. Like, that's a very tactical name on a very gentlemanly knife that also is not assisted. That name should be on an assisted. Flare, I feel like that's a gentleman's name, kind of a showy name on a budget pseudo-tactical crappy piece of garbage. And the rest of these names all make sense. The flash, it's assisted. It opens in a flash. The Aegis, defender thingy, the flash back. It's the flash, but worse. All of these names make sense. What the heck does flare mean? Where did that come from? I don't get it. So I don't like that. Also, the safety is the worst done. Bringing back in the rest of this family. Give me a second. Once again, they all have the same safeties, except for the Aegis, which goes the other direction. I didn't realize that previous. But they all do the same thing. But the problem is that the flares is the tallest. So what that means is, when you pull this out of your pocket, this knife is just as likely to accidentally be locked. And then suddenly you can't deploy it, and you're confused. And for just a moment, your synapse hesitates. And you go into a state of questioning the world around you. What is happening? Oh, no, that's the safety lock was poorly designed, so I accidentally triggered it. I'm fine with assisted opening knives having safeties. Sure, I can understand the argument for why all knives should. I don't believe they should, but I can understand the argument. However, if you're going to put a safety on a knife, like, design it well. Because that's not really something that you want accidentally activated. If you want the safety on, it's something that you should be able to just put on and not accidentally put on. I also believe it's something that you should be able to remove, like the Kershaw leak. I took that safety out because I don't want it, and I don't want a safety here. I certainly don't want a safety that turns on by itself. None of my purposes for this knife are self-defense or tactical or anything with which my life depends on that 4 seconds that it takes me to realize what has happened. But my world is a frustrating enough place already. I don't need little details like this pushing me closer. So, and also a ton of blade play. Because of course there is. It's a SOG budget folder. this is where this gets interesting, even more so, because the rest of this video has been simply fascinating. This knife, at this point, I'm not actually sure when I'll release this video, so just know that at the time of filming, which may have been several years ago, you don't know, but at the time of filming, this blade does not exist on SOG's website. I cannot find it. The only 3 places, I can't even find this thing on Amazon.com. The only 3 places, Blade HQ, Knife Center, nada. Where else do I sometimes get prices? Tractor Supply Company, nada. Tractor Supply Company barely carries any knives anymore, so, you know, whatevs. The only 3 places that I can find this online are Home Depot for $30, Dick's Sporting Goods for $24, and Academy, where I bought this for $30. Why? I don't understand. This is a retailer's exclusive, but like not the ones that you would expect. And also Home Depot? Why is this a pseudo exclusive at Home Depot? This world is a confusing place in which we live. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, oh, I apologize. Out of 10 stars, I give this a just no, 0 stars. Your flare has 0 star power. This has no reason for existence, and I'm glad that I made this video finally, so that I can now no longer have an excuse to carry this in my pocket. Because sometimes I do that with knives that I don't like, because I carry them for, when I come across a knife that I really genuinely do not like, I push off doing that video so that I can get more time with it, because maybe it's just something that I didn't understand. Maybe I missed something about it, and if I carry it for a few more days, use it for a few more weeks, maybe then it'll click and I'll like it. Just know I'm glad that I finally did this video so I can stop telling myself that. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know down below, and other than that, have a great day. Bye. Brief editor's note, this blade also comes with 4 SOG logos, 1, 2, 3 under the clip. Both of these would be under the clip, and 4 on the clip itself. And also, quick comparison between it and the Flash, which I've talked about a lot in this video. 8CR 13 MOV steel versus the Flash's upgraded Oz 8. A weird pseudo buoy whatnot that's too thick to be good for food prep versus full flat grind. Better action, blah, blah, blah. And the kicker, this is the phone that I used to film videos with, by the way. That doesn't matter. The SOG Flash 2, this knife, is available on Amazon for $32. So, if you have been thinking to yourself, you need a SOG assisted opener, just get this. It's there, it's the same price. Just do that. Alright, thanks, bye, but for real this time.